Good afternoon, it's your man Earl. It's day 266 on the calendar, September 22nd, day 2 of Love Your Family. This is episode 2, Baby Daddy. There's a lot to be said about loving your family, and a lot of that loving your family starts out how you start your family. Now, that might sound redundant. You got to be careful who you lay down with, you got to be careful who you marry. You got to be careful who you marry into, and you must be very diligent because people are very interesting, and I'll leave it at that. The reason why today is episode 2, yesterday we talked about Love Your Family. This is going to be possibly a 3 or 4 day series. Today is episode 2, Baby Daddy, and I just wanted to give this to you. Okay, uh, the baby daddy definition. Watch this. Think about this. Okay, you hear a lot about the baby daddy. And this is what troubles me, because a lot of people are into titles and they're into labeling people. And I want you to understand, I want you to hear this. This is the Urban Dictionary, okay? Slang, of course. And you're going to hear quite a bit, not quite a bit, you're going to hear some slang over the next couple of days, because unfortunately, people don't educate themselves. They just take something and they run with it. So what's a baby daddy? A baby daddy normally is the biological father of a woman's child. Okay, so far so good. But here's the kicker. You're not married to the person. You're not married to the woman. You're not in the relationship with the woman. And you're not active in the child's life. Now, did you hear that? The definition of a baby daddy is you're the father of a woman's child. You're not married to the woman. You're not in a relationship with the woman, and you're not active in the child's life. Now, I know if you're like me and you have been labeled the baby daddy, and that's far from true, because guess what? If you're paying child support, if you are showing up, if you are doing the best you can, remember I talked about yesterday, do what's right and then do what you can, you're not a baby daddy. Okay, because the definition of a baby daddy is you're not involved in your children's life. Now, for my Bible readers, let's go here, okay? Because then it gets deep, okay? Because as fathers, we have a responsibility. Listen to this. I tell people all the time, fathers, you are responsible for the disciplinary actions of your child and children. Look at and listen to this. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 6 says this. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. That's ESV. New Living Translation says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather, bring them up with the discipline and instruction that comes from the Most High God. Okay, that's Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. It gets better. Look at Colossians chapter 3, verse 21. NIV, fathers, do not embitter your children or they will become discouraged. Do you realize, men, fathers, it's how we treat our children that disappointment and discouragement and depression creeps in? And guess what? I don't want to get started because tomorrow we're going to talk about the baby mama. But today is baby daddy. Understand that, fathers, you play a pivotal and providing purposeful role in your children's life. Do not let circumstances get you out of your proper place with your children. Okay? And that's what I talked about yesterday. You got to protect your marriage. You got to protect your relationship with your wife. And by the grace of God, if things do fall apart, fathers, do not let your children go by the wayside. Do what you got to do. Don't be out of balance, but do what you got to do. And sometimes things aren't pleasant. Let me tell you from firsthand experience. And my mentor told me this early on. He said, Mr. Earl, children don't stay children forever. Do what's right, and one day you look up and they'll be young adults. And I'm living that out right now. So baby daddies, don't be one, number one. Number two, take care of your children. Be a father, not a baby daddy. And number three, you're responsible for the discipline of your children. This is your man Earl, day 266. Love your family, episode 2, the baby daddy. Peace.